if you're not in the studio on a certain day, you are never going to make that record. So if I wasn't in the studio on that day when I made So Much in Love or I made Still Sleepless, I would have never made that record, because creatively, it's not what my head was going to make that day. I would have just never made it. So that's why I'm always in the fucking studio. I've got a few different ways how I kind of get cracking creatively with music. More recently, over the last couple of years, I've been doing a 30 tracks. Like I cannot. If you know me and like you're involved in like my team or whatever, or you're one of my mates, you know quickly like I make music really, really fast. Like I tend not to overthink it too much. If it sounds good, just leave it. I'm not one to be like searching through, looking for a kick, looking for the right clap. Like, no, I'm not wasting my time doing that. If the clap sounds all right, just leave it in there, just crack on, move on to the next thing. So I started doing this thing, 30 tracks in 30 days. I'm very, very much kind of treat making music like a normal job, in a sense. Like I'm up super early. I mean, I've got 2 kids, so like I'm up early anyway. But I'm in the studio for 8, half 8 every single morning, and I work up until 6 p.m. every single day, and I'm still doing that now every single day. So what I'll do in this 30 tracks, I will start a record, and then whatever happens at the end of that day, I have to leave that record, and the next day I will go on to, I'll make another record. And the last time I did that, I made So Much in Love, which has been I shit you not, right? I'll look at the when it was opened, right? The when the file was opened. So the file, so I'm just getting it up now on my computer. The file was opened, so that's 30 tracks, So Much in Love. Okay. The file was first opened in January at 10:22 in the morning. By 16:30, I'd made the track, and the track is pretty much how it sounds.
That's insane.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And that is because I'm not thinking about the music that I'm making too much. I'm kind of just like put it in. If it sounds good, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just not overthinking it too much, and that is how I can get really, really creative, because I'm just like, I'm not thinking about the tiny little things. Obviously, if I feel like I'm onto something, then at the end of the 30 days, then I'll go back to them and I'll tweak the ones that I feel have a little bit of potential. And out of that haul of the 30 tracks, I think 5 of them got released. Some of them I ended up turning into remixes. One of them was Set Me Free as well, which did really well here in the UK. And these records have changed my life. They've completely changed my life. And if I hadn't had this creative process of just 30 tracks in 30 days, I would have never made those records.
So then it's a numbers game though, isn't it then? So you're just setting yourself some form of parameters so you can make sure that you're definitely getting those 30 tracks in those 30 days. And then you're not expecting to make 30 like chart toppers. No. You're expecting to make 30 tracks that you're going to get a few out of.
Yeah.
So it's just constantly just a numbers game. And I think that's something that's like sort of riddled through your life, whether you thought about it or not. But clearly, like just opening up those opportunities and just making sure that you're turning up every single day. And
yeah, you're right.
Each one of those is just like a tiny little notch that just keeps building and building and building and building, which is like, as we were speaking about, everybody sees the iceberg. They don't see these, like this succession of just little notches that you're putting in your belt every single day.
Yeah. And it's every day. Like I'm grafting every single day, even with having, I've had 2 really successful records here in the UK that I never even dreamed. I didn't even dream of like things ever getting to this level, and that's me being completely honest. I think after when Still Sleepless was like a hit in the UK, I almost like, again, it goes back to what I was saying about imposter syndrome. I almost felt like I didn't deserve it in a way, which is ridiculous, because like it's everything what I had worked for really. But kind of like, I was all of a sudden I was like number 4 most played track on UK radio for the whole of the UK. And the track was a massive success. But deep down, I kind, especially after when it all started to settle a little bit, I kind of thought like shit. It was a bit of this kind of like empty feeling. Not that I was like doubting myself, but it's kind of like how do you top that?
Now, if you like that clip, I know you'll love the full episode right here. Click that to understand their full journey and learn what it takes to be as successful as them. I'll see you there.